Hello, what's going on and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about my custom tactics, the updated ones. I've been asked a number of times to produce a separate video on them, and about 3 weeks ago now, I showed you my controller settings, camera, as well as tactics. But when it comes to my setup and what I'm using in game, a lot has changed, and you're going to see some instant improvements. If you just copy these and try them out for yourselves, you will notice a massive improvement, especially in one particular stat. So are you ready? I got two formations. Let's go. So if you're brand new to the game, you're not going to notice that much of a difference. But if you're semi-decent and you've noticed that you just want a little bit more in the defensive areas, I'm telling you that the width is one of the most important tactics to get right this year, because I started with 50, then I tried 45, 40, and now I've finally settled on 35. This is also universal, like I've been using it in the draft, maybe not so much for the 3 at the back formations, but anything with a 4, it gives you that automatic defensive feel in that middle area. It clamps everybody down, and if your opponent is rushing passes into the cam or the strikers, it basically like auto defends. And then all you got to do is get your left back and pull them over to the wing to make sure you stop the cutbacks. So you'll notice an instant improvement with your game. Put it on 35, or maybe even lower if you really want to, but don't go too low. 35 seems to be a really nice sweet spot. When it comes to the depth as well, I had this originally set on 63, and we were doing okay, but I wanted something extra. So as we were pushing for the Elite Div, I had this on 71 to give that auto press, and it was good against the worst opponents, but as soon as I came up against someone that knew what they were doing, I kept getting caught on the counterattack, so no good. What I found that gives me a little bit of a press, but also keep everyone nice and compact, 55. So 35, 55 is what I use in the draft, and I win pretty much every single one of them. I've seen really nice improvements to the weekend league, and in the Elite Div, I'm holding my own against some good players. So 35, 55, it's all good. Build up play, balance, direct passing. I'm going to be brutally honest, I don't bother trying out anything else apart from direct passing. It's been the go-to instruction and tactic for me for the past, 5 years. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. With the width, this also depends on your style and how you want to build up. Personally, I like players closer to me so we can do 1-2s down the line and just have that reliability closer to you so you're not having to play any risky passes. 40 is a really nice balance, and then players inside the box is going to be on 6. I tried this a little bit higher, but then at times I felt like it was committing too many players. I really personally like 6. Everyone else is going to be different, or maybe you guys are going to be different, but 6 I quite like. And then for corners and free kicks, I just leave on 2. I've got a really nice corner kick technique where I play it short and then I run a little bit towards my own goal and cross it in. It's just really nice and broken. But those are the tactics. Let me show you the instructions. So with the 4-2-3-1, it obviously is a little bit more defensive than other formations, but it still allows you to attack and create some very good opportunities. So with these instructions, I have the striker on stay central, get in behind and stay forward. The middle cam, I actually quite like balance. I've tried get into the box for crosses, stay on the edge, come back on the defense. I just quite like the middle cam to just do everything. So if there is a cutback opportunity, he's there. If I want him to come back, I can pull him back anyway. I just really like I say, the cam on balance. Now, with the left attacking mid and right attacking mid, it's come back, get into the box for crosses. I think this is essential for the 4-2-3-1. You need someone to just make a run. So you can whip it into the back stick. It needs to be done, to be honest. I've tried this on balance, and I was enjoying it at the start of the game, but getting to the box for crosses is definitely better, in my opinion anyway. But with the 2 CDMs, one of them is on stay back cover center and the other one is on balance. And this is really nice as well because we have the left back on balance overlap. So we have some threat going down the left-hand side, but we also have De Jong that's going to be a bit more attacking to push up. You can see like how you're going to overlap down the left and you've got the right one pushing up. So there's just a lot of creativity to be had. And then if you are winning the game, you can tell your CDM to stay back if you really want to, and then it's stay back overlap for Lamptey. So it gives you the defensive support. It's creative as well. If you bring in the right players, it's really nice. And I'd recommend actually for your right defensive mid, because of how the team is set up and how it pushes up, you want to have someone that is really nice on the ball with RB control, at least for my style anyway, is when you wrap around, let's say your opponent is pushing you with their like left defensive mid and you've got De Jong in that area. If you hold RB and wrap your play around him, you can drive into the box. And I feel like it's really important to have someone that gives you that on the ball. Bellingham, if this was the new card, the Trailblazer, absolutely, he's got technical plus. But De Jong doesn't even have that, but he just feels good on the ball. So I'd recommend trying to find someone that suits you and how you want to dribble. But make sure you bring that into your game, because it does open up the play real easy. But those are my 4-2-3-1 custom tactics. Let me go and show you my main setup. 4-3-2-1. So if you don't already know, the 4-3-2-1 is one of the most broken formations on the game, just because you're basically using it to overload down a certain side, and at times it's really difficult to defend, or nearly impossible, because you've got that switch as well. I'll show you. So pretty much with the width, you can play on 35 again. And when it comes to the depth as well, there's no point even changing it. Like I said, it's universal. These are the tactics that I'd use when I go and play the draft. So it's 35, 55, absolutely fine. When it comes to the chance creation, yet again, direct passing. You don't need to fix that. And with the width, you want to be playing somewhere around 40. Like if you keep it too balanced, I feel like it takes away a little bit from that tiki-taka and that quickness that you want in your game. I would definitely recommend every single one of you to try something that's just a little bit lower than average. And it might instantly make an improvement again to your game. It's something that you might not even care to look at. But seriously, lower your width and see what it does to you. It will allow you also to hold possession in tighter areas, because you've got like the little triangles. Especially in this formation, it's very nice. Now, with the players inside the box, I keep it on 6 yet again. So my 4-2-3-1, it basically mirrors. When it comes to the actual tactics here, it mirrors it. I don't need to change too much. I like that setup and the feel in most formations. Even a 4-3-3, I tend to pick that quite a bit in the draft, and it's quite nice. Now, when it comes to the instructions, we've got a lot to write down, all right? So stay central, get in behind, but not come back on the defense for the striker. The right forward is on stay central, and everything else left on balance. So these guys are the ones that are going to be set up top. So when it defends, it's going to go into the 4-4-2, which is really broken. And then come back on the defense as well for Heung-min Son. So no getting behind, no stay central, just literally come back on the defense. So it's stay central for these two, nothing on Heung-min Son apart from come back on the defense. Now for the left centre mid and right centre mid, these are on the stay back cover centre, which is really nice, because even though you've told them both to stay back, there is moments in the game where you're going to do an LB give and go. So whoever you send up, you've still always got one guy sitting there. And I like it for the defensive support. But yeah, you'll be surprised. Like, they do help the attack, and I do get goals with whoever I have in those positions. And with De Jong on the right side, he's on cover wing balance. This is the more attacking one. So like I said before, you want someone that is good to like weave and dribble, RB control, because you will be able to get past the midfield for your opponent. The Hernandez that I have personally is on overlap balance, and then Lamptey's on stay back overlap. So you're going to really be playing down the left-hand side just to overload it, cross-field. Like, they can't do anything about that. Like, I've been really hitting them with those cross-field balls, especially with the Virgil van Dijk. Like, as soon as Hernandez pushes up, there's no way of stopping it. The opponent is pushing you from one side, you just quickly switch it, and it's so OP this year, especially crossing the play. Like, ridiculous. So those are my tactics for the 4-2-3-1 and 4-3-2-1. Any players that I would 100% recommend for you boys to use, you just want Heung-min Son, honestly. Heung-min Son is important because he has the finesse shot plus this year, and he's very, very cheap for how good he is in game. For the cam, you don't really want to be using Bellingham or De Jong in a cam position. If I'm switching into the 4-2-3-1, I'd go and sub one of those off and bring in an actual cam. For the CDMs, you just want that ability so you can twist and turn on the ball and not get caught in possession, but also the defensive stats. And Kone I really like. Bellingham's really good with it. You have Tonali as well. Like, these are some fantastic plays for you guys to pick up. Another important player is to make sure you go and purchase Van Dijk sooner rather than later. He is just that good. And then if you have the coins or fodder, go and complete the Blanc SBC. And your fullbacks, you just want pace and good ability on the ball. I like Mendy, I like Theo Hernandez. And then in the right back position, you can go and use Llorente if you really want to. But Lamptey I've been enjoying a lot actually recently. So he'll be getting into my Fut Champs team. But I really think that if you copy those tactics and you have a similar team to mine, you will notice an instant improvement straight away. Genuinely. It did for me. Like I said before, I was struggling to get into Elite Div. I used those tactics and bang, went on a mad streak. And just, yeah, crazy upgrades to my game. So hopefully it's the same for you. But if you have found this helpful and you can come back to the video if you feel like it's made any improvements, drop a thumbs up and let me know in the comments how you got on with them. And I will see you boys on the next one. So take care, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope those help. Peace.